A man accused of his mother's murder returns to Kentucky to face a judge. We're there for the hearing.
And we are tracking some showers and even a few thunder showers across parts of Kentucky right now. We'll take you up close and personal with those.
UK coach John Calipari is reflecting on his career as he prepares for his induction into the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Welcome to WKYT News at 4 on this Friday afternoon. We have a few showers out there as we head into the end of our day. You're taking a live look now at downtown Lexington, where it's looking a bit cloudy out there. The rainy weather will bring us some much cooler temperatures into our weekend. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell gets us started with a look at the weekend forecast. Hi, Jim.
And you're right, Amber. It is going to be significantly cooler out there as we likely see temperatures drop into the 60s. And they're going to get stuck there during the daytime hours. Out there right now, we're sitting in the upper 70s and low 80s throughout central Kentucky with a few showers and even a few thunder showers moving through the area. You've got a bigger push of moisture out to our west that will likely invade the area as we head into the overnight hours. You can kind of see how more is just going to funnel in as we've got a little ripple of energy that's going to enhance the showers there across parts of western Kentucky. That's going to linger into the day tomorrow, so that's going to keep the shower chances alive and that just true raw atmosphere around. Here's the focus of the forecast. A very chilly weekend. Yes, you're going to have to deal with showers, but that chill overall will be the thing that you will keep in mind all weekend long, because not only am I talking about 60s for highs, we're also talking about 40s at night. So the really chilly stuff is going to take things over and it's going to run the show. But then it changes for next week. We'll take a closer look at all of that coming up in just a few minutes.
Jim, thank you. We are tracking a developing story out of Laurel County this afternoon. State police have started a murder investigation after finding a woman's body. They made the discovery in a wooded area of Arrowwood Drive. The victim has been identified as 25-year-old Amber Decker of London. She was reported missing Tuesday. Her estranged boyfriend, Joseph Nestor, has been charged with her murder. Police have not released a cause of death. A man accused of killing his mother is back in Kentucky. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office brought Jack Clemens back to Lexington from Colorado last night. Clemens answered to the charges this afternoon. WKYT's Victor Puente has more on the hearing in our top story at 4.
During his arraignment, Jack Clemens didn't say a word. This was his first court appearance in Kentucky since his mother's body was found. Lexington police have charged him with killing 64-year-old Shirley Clemens at the home they both lived in back in July. His arrest warrant says police were called to the home when her family hadn't heard from her. Police say they found Shirley Clemens wrapped in a blanket and bound with duct tape. The state medical examiner determined she died of asphyxiation. They also found a bag of clothes, including a shirt with blood on it that they believe belonged to Jack Clemens. When Shirley's credit card was used to buy fuel cards, police were able to track the purchases, eventually arresting Jack Clemens in Colorado. Today, the judge entered a not guilty plea for him. He'll be back in court on the 21st. Family members of the Clemens were in the courtroom today. After the hearing, there were some tears. They told us they didn't want to talk about the case. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
In addition to murder, Clemens is also charged with tampering with physical evidence and fraudulent use of a credit card. In our top stories at 4, Lexington police want to find a bank robber. They say this man held up the Chase Bank on Nichols Park Drive around 9:30. Police tell us the man implied he had a weapon and demanded money from employees. Officers searched the area for about an hour but did not find that robber. A car hit a Lexington police officer as he chased a shoplifting suspect this morning. The suspect ran out of the speedway on Broadway and got into a getaway car. We're told the car hit the officer as it pulled away. He suffered an ankle injury and scrapes to his knees, but is expected to be okay. Police say the getaway car crashed on Toner Street but kept going. No one has been arrested. We are working on a number of other stories for you on WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us now from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Hello, Sam.
Good afternoon, Amber. An honor today for a firefighter killed while taking part in a charity event. Campbellsville Fire Captain Tony Grider died last September, a month after he was injured while helping Campbellsville University's band with an ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. His name was added to the Johnny Edrington Memorial this morning. Edrington was a Kentucky State Trooper. Grider's widow talks to us about that tribute on WKYT News at 4:30. University of Kentucky police have charged a law student for crashing his drone into Commonwealth Stadium. The crash happened Saturday during the Wildcats home opener against Louisiana Lafayette. 24-year-old Peyton Wilson is charged with second-degree wanton endangerment. Police tell us why they decided to charge him on WKYT News at 5 o'clock. A lawsuit filed over a deadly school bus crash was the subject of a hearing in Lincoln County. William Otis Coleman died in May of last year after the bus hit his pickup. His family filed the lawsuit against Lincoln County Schools, saying they're responsible for Coleman's death. We'll take a look at the family's claims on WKYT News at 6 o'clock. And that's a quick look at some of the news in progress on this Friday. Amber, back to you.
Sam, thank you. Now to some stories making headlines across the nation at 4. Today marks 14 years since the September 11th terrorist attacks. 3,000 people died at the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Karen Kafa shows us how the victims were remembered around the nation.
Sunrise Friday morning, an American flag unfurled over the side of the Pentagon, the start of a long day of remembrance in Washington, New York, and beyond. Later in the morning, a gathering to remember 184 people killed when Flight 77 slammed into the same wall 14 years ago.
The weight of their memory and our duty to honor it is something we do carry with us every day.
Near Ground Zero in New York, music and moments of silence for the moments when the first plane hit the first tower, the second plane hit the second tower, and then when each tower of the World Trade Center crumbled to the ground. And
Jonathan Stephen Ryan.
The long, somber roll call of each victim's name.
You are the reason that I wear this uniform and stand here today.
And in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, a bell for the hero passengers of Flight 93, who kept that plane from hitting another target. Here in Washington, the President and First Lady joined White House staff in a moment of silence at 8:46 a.m., the moment Flight 11 hit the World Trade Center's North Tower. The President later spoke at Maryland's Fort Meade.
We do not forget those who were fallen. We are inspired by the survivors, many of whom still have the scars, both seen and unseen, of that terrible, terrible day.
Marking another year since the nation and the world changed. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
This year's ceremony in Shanksville, Pennsylvania took place outside a new $26 million visitor center. It was dedicated Tuesday. UK coach John Calipari will be inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame tonight. Coach Cal has a long history when it comes to coaching. Today he reflected on what it took to get to this point. WKYT's Lee K. Howard has more from the Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts.
From UMass to Memphis and now Kentucky, with a brief stop in the NBA in between, John Calipari is ready to take his next milestone step in his coaching career this evening at the Basketball Hall of Fame. I asked Coach Cal how he's grown both as a person and a coach over the years.
Going to the NBA and getting fired by learning spacing, by adding dribble drive and changing how I do things, I would like to say I'm a much better coach than I was then for those players. I'd also tell you that I'm not as nuts as I was then.
He may not be nuts, but he still does have the same passion. But how long will he keep that passion and continue coaching at Kentucky?
You know, I think I got a contract for a long time, and we'll just, you know, as long as I'm helping kids and kids are doing the things that they're doing and then they're dragging the program, which is how we do it. It's the other way around, and it's all been about them, but that's what they've done for all of us.
And many of Calipari's former teammates from UMass, Memphis, and Kentucky will be in attendance tonight, along with his entire current Wildcat roster. Here at the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts, Lee K. Howard, WKYT.
And another UK great, Louis Dampier, will also be inducted.